All right. Hope you guys are doing great. We're going to talk lead generation, follow up, and appointment setting. I have 20 slides for you in 20 minutes with a bit of an intro so you know who I am. My name is Coach Don Jacks. I work with Tom Ferry. I have been in the real estate business for a while and I am excited to be here and run through this with you. So here we go. Okay, first, a quick history lesson here. At the age of 20, I found a mentor. He was this guy's dad. This was one of my best friends. We played Little League together, and this guy, Steve, was the guy at the left field bleachers taking pictures every other weekend. Dad, that's how I knew this man, my best friend's dad. Called me after we went to a Rams game and ran into him, called me the weekend after and offered me a job. And it was the beginning of a career. Now, what I did in this job in the beginning was driving a truck very similar to this all over Orange County. And a few of the things I was responsible for as a $5 an hour employee at 20 years old was knocking on doors, checking occupancy of REO assignments that were sent to us, rewriting contracts and BPOs for the team members above me, washing the glass on the office, washing the brass of the office. I was the gopher of the office, right? Whatever needed to be done, I was doing. And I was checking in on all of our properties. I didn't know what I got myself into, but I was the gopher. We were selling 150 houses a year, right? We were the only REO, one of a handful, 4 or 5 REO brokers in Orange County at the time, working with Fannie and Freddie and GE Capital. We were selling 150 houses a year. This is how we got our assignments. Who remembers what this is? Of course, it's a fax machine. Every one of our assignments came from the banks via a fax machine, very similar to this, because Orange County was in the middle of bankruptcy. It was nasty. Our whole county was in bankruptcy, and that lasted a number of years, right? I was involved with that for 4 years until it started going back up, right? Housing markets that go down eventually come back up. And when that happened, the market started getting better, which was good, right? This slowed down. The banks were not sending us the REO assignments like they were when the market was depressed. That's how it works, right? So what do you do as a member of a team of a longtime veteran in the business? We pivot, right? And how do we pivot? Well, we have to go learn how to sell now. The banks are not going to be sending us our assignments. We had to go sell. And looking back on it now, this was one of the greatest introductions of my life. This is, anybody know? That's right, Mike Ferry. Mike Ferry, the godfather of real estate coaching, the godfather of real estate coaching. And he happens to be this guy's son or this guy's father, right? And that's when I met Tom, was when I was introduced to Mike. See, Mike and my mentor, Steve, were competitors when this man actually sold real estate. I believe he sold 180 houses a year, developing the Mike Ferry system back in the day. And I was able to knock on doors, the same doors that he and Steve knocked on as competitors in my 20s. So I met him. We really got into the sales process and learning to build our skills. And through that process, the goal of 25 conversations a day began, which was amazingly hard. Talking to 25 people a day, even when back in the day, everybody answered the phone, the home phone, right? We had a lot of answers, but 25 a day. Now, let me set the stage. At this point, there was 4 of us on the team and an admin. 4 of us were prospecting every day, 5 days a week. The goal for each of us was 125 conversations a week. A week. Now, if it was Friday and there wasn't 125 check marks on our page, we came in on Saturday and or Sunday to finish it up, to pick it up, but we had open houses to run also. So it was very important for us to keep the momentum going, keep on schedule, 25 conversations a day were made. We had this page or a very similar page up on a window that we manually wrote in every day. It's up in visual and interface. We all prospected 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours a day together or separately to make this happen. Um, and this one discipline has grown into, and at the time and now, to keep our production at where it was and growing, create consistency within ourselves and our business, create a great brokerage of my own. We opened it, we sold it, we partnered and grew another. We've coached and trained thousands of agents. Became a coach doing this with Tom 10 years ago. I am part of Impact Properties, and we coach and train, or I coach and train there. And we are consistently growing that and having a massive impact and success there. And I've become a mastery business coach with Tom, coaching our coaches, our core, elite, and team plus clients. And I tell you all of this to know that you're not talking with a rookie. We're here to talk to you about prospecting, about follow up, about appointment setting. And I want to take a different approach with you, right? You can see this: developing the mindset of a powerful prospector. I just want to read a few questions. Write these down. What does it mean to be a powerful prospector? What does powerful mean to you, right? Develop the mindset of a powerful prospector. What does it mean to be powerful to you? To pick up the phone and make a call? To be there to serve someone else? To be able to convert to appointments? To be able to have the confidence, the knowledge, the empathy, the ability to connect with anyone at any time and help them reach their goals? What's it mean to be a powerful prospector to you? Anybody want to share any insights there? Okay. If you were a powerful prospector, how would that have an impact on your business? What would that do for you financially? Write that out. Write that question out. Answer that question for yourself. What would that do for you financially? Let me give you 3 foundational steps for this. 1, perspective. Perspective. What does it mean to be a powerful prospector? What does powerful mean? What does prospecting mean? It's that perspective, right? You have a choice. We have a choice to look at this from a couple different perspectives, probably many different perspectives. But there's 2 in particular I'd like to discuss. We can say prospecting means talking to people. I hate talking to people. I have to talk to more people. I'm going to die. If I die, I'm going to leave my family. I don't want to die. I don't want to leave my family. I'm not going to prospect. Or 2, I see $100 bills spitting at me through my phone as I serve as many families and people as possible to help reach the next level of their goals and success. Different perspective, right? So what is your perspective? Number 2, gratitude. Gratitude. I'm so grateful for the opportunity I have to connect with so many people, and help them achieve their goals that they never thought they were going to be able to achieve. Selling their home and going there, buying their first home, whatever that is, getting that investment property. Gratitude. I'm so grateful for everything I do. And lastly, serve first, sell second. Serve first, sell second. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Do the right thing for the customer. The financials always come. 25 conversations a day. Do right by the clients. Serve them at the highest level possible. Finances always come. Make sense? Okay, number 2, guys, become aware of your mindset about the lead source. So this is a mindset of being a powerful prospector. This is becoming aware, opening yourself up to the mindset about your lead source. And I have some more questions I want to ask you. And I can definitely send you these. I just did not type them out. Disempowered versus empowered. Which are you? Right? We just discussed that. Am I fearful and am I retracting? Am I disempowered and engaging with people, or does it empower me and make me want to go one more step, 5 more steps further? What are the negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that arise about this lead source? What are the negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that arise about this lead source? Like if we're talking about for sale by owners, you're thinking they're young, They don't need me. Everything is selling, or the expired listing, man. They must hate realtors after going through that. I'm not going to put myself in that position. What's your thought? Or is it, again, empowered? Right? Do you have a positive belief about the lead source? That's kind of interesting. Is there a common belief that you inherited about this lead source? For example, my friend in the office says it doesn't work, right? Just taking the advice of somebody who got put in a bad situation one time, and now everybody's like, that's just not the case. If you could learn how to serve this group of people, what problems could you solve for them? How could you add value to them? And what's the difference that you can make in their lives? What a much better way to think about this, right? What a much better way to think about it. If you could learn how to serve this group of people, what problems could you solve for them? How could you add value to them? And what's the difference that you can make in their lives? And if you approach this with those questions and answer those questions, the sky's the limit, baby. Let's go, right? It's all how you are aware of your mindset about the lead source. You have a choice. How well do you understand the problem? The more you understand the problem, the better you can solve the problem and serve the person with the problem. So make sure you're understanding what the problems are of the lead source. If it's an expired listing, they're supposed to be gone 6 months ago. They're supposed to be over there by then doing that thing with those people, and they're not in many cases. How do you solve that problem? Can you be the solution to the problem? How strong is the value of the service that you offer? And lastly, can you enhance the perceived value of your service? Right? You're listing their home. What more can you do? And you know, from being the GC and setting up all the repairs to arranging all of the ancillary services to just providing, going above and beyond and helping them with every moment of the transaction. Okay, number three, you ready? Learn the psychology of the prospect. So let's go back. We had your mindset to be a powerful prospector. We had you becoming aware of your mindset about the people, the lead source that you're calling. Now I'm suggesting to learn the psychology of the prospect. This was your psychology, your mindset. This is their psychology. So follow me here. What's going on in the mind of the prospect? What's the understanding of your service? How are they experiencing you or the situation? What is attractive to the prospect versus repelling? What do you know about them and their behavior that would allow you to communicate with them more effectively? What's the conversation they're having in their head or with their friends about your product or service, about you, about what you're doing? What do they value, appreciate? What do they not know? How could you add value to them? Guys, we talk real estate all day, every day. We can talk MLS and CMA and everything in between. They speak English, most of them, maybe French. My friends up in Canada, right? Maybe you need to ask them. Maybe you need to ask 20 homeowners what it is they want for you to find out. Or maybe and you just don't make it an important part of the process. Find out what they want. What are the most valuable assets, knowledge, and skills that you have to share? Ask yourself that question. Write that question out. It's a great one. I'm going to repeat it. What are the most valuable assets, knowledge, and skills that you have to share? You know you better than me. Write those out. What's the customer's journey like and where are they? Right? There's this idea that Tom shares with us about a video for a client. Moving sucks, right? Moving sucks. What's that process that sucks? And how do you come in and make that process better? At what points do you focus on to make it a smooth process? Or are you just slamming them in and getting them out and moving on with your life? There are so many inflection points, touch points, opportunity zones from hi, my name is to congratulations on the closing, whether it's a buyer or seller, to add value and make it better. And you do for them. You do for them. What are those for you? What are some of the triggers along the journey for interest to ready? What are the qualities, conditions, or characteristics that let you know that this is the perfect customer? Right? When you start looking at the characteristics of these perfect customers, you start zeroing in on that avatar of your perfect customer. You might just be on the lookout for more people just like that and watch how they are attracted in your life. And lastly, what's the difference between being a real estate sales person versus a real estate advisor? If you're looking at the psychology of the prospect, you're going in there to advise, not sell. Let that sink in. You're looking to advise, not sell. What do we need to know so we can advise? Well, we got to ask all the questions, all the pre-qual questions, right? You know, the scripts. We need to gather as much information. We need to be interested in them versus worrying about being interesting to them. We need to find out what their journey is going to entail. We need to find out where their mindset is so we can help them. Now, if we're talking about a broad for sale by owner category or a broad expired category, what do we need to know about those folks versus a cold call? What's the difference, right? What's the difference between that and one of our past clients and sphere calls? You know, the expireds have a mindset that might be a little different than most. So just know the psychology of the prospect. Ask yourselves these questions about them so you have a grasp, a real solid foundation to move forward and help them serve them at the highest level possible while building your business at the same time. Okay, lastly, you need to know what to say. Well, not lastly, second to lastly, you need to know what to say, right? The more we know what to say, the more likely you are going to have a great conversation. So there's 5 things I want you to do. Maybe you have your process of learning. Maybe you get it to stick. And if you do and it's working great, you're very confident in your scripts and dialogues and objection handling and it's working, the results are coming, keep doing what you're doing. If not, I have something for you. This is from my dear friend Bill Pipes. He shared this with me years ago and I'll never forget it. So here we go. Number 1, script mastery. We choose one script. Yes, one script. The FISBO, the expired, the listing presentation, the 10 most common objection handlers, the buyer presentation, the circle dialing script, the past client sphere script. You choose one a month. Imagine 12 new scripts in the next year. Mastery, right? Mastery is doing one thing 10,000 times, not 10,000 things one time. Mastery. 2, we read 10 minutes a day for 30 days out loud with a big smile on your face, right? We embed it into our DNA. Number 3, we record yourself reading the script. Listen as many times you can in 30 days, at least once a day. So you're hitting it 30 days. So now I'm listening to it and I'm saying it. Number 4 is writing the script out once a day for 30 days. I'm getting all my senses into embedding this language inside of me and making it my own, right? I'm writing it, I'm listening, I'm saying it. And there's one more piece to this. To just put the cherry on top, we role play 15 to 30 minutes a day for 30 days. The one script that you're running all month, you role play that every day for 15 to 30 minutes. Now we role play, we go back and forth for the first 30 days. There's no objections unless you're there and you got it. There's no objection. We go 30 days. We just go through the script, ask a question, answer the question, ask a question, ask a question. We put our inflection in there. We use a language pattern, little repeat, approve, ask another question. When do you plan on moving? In 6 months. In 6 months, that's amazing. Where are you going? I'm going to Tennessee. Tennessee, that's a beautiful place. What's taking you out there, right? Repeat, approve, ask another question. And we role play for 30 days and we keep moving forward. If we do this 12 months in a row, we've learned and mastered 30 new scripts because you've for 30 days read it. So there's 30. You've listened to it. So there's at least 60. We've written it out. So there's 90. And then we've role played it. So there's 120 ways, four different ways, 120 inputs of the script in 30 days. It is now your language. The more we know what to say in every situation, the more confident we are to pick up that phone and make an appointment happen. Okay, that's script mastery. I have one more for you. Just a sample schedule. One of the things I know is when we start prospecting, getting it into our daily schedule can be difficult. So it's a very simple, just morning prospecting and follow-up schedule. There'll be appointments and more kids stuff and personal stuff in here. I know this. But what if you took an hour every morning, got a good workout in, and got your morning routine of gratitude and goals in. There's plenty of books. Ask me in Q&A if you have any questions about that. We get ready for the day. You got to shower. You got to prep yourself for the day. Get dressed. Maybe you do that in 15 minutes. Maybe you don't. For many of us, we have kids at home. There's something to do with them to get them out the door for school or other thing. It goes in the schedule. What if you're at the office at 8:15? For those of us who are in the office in the 7 a.m. range most mornings, this can be adjusted, of course. Um, what if you're there by 8:15, by 8:30 to 9, we're role playing. You have 2 hours role play right into 2 hours of lead gen and follow-up, appointment setting, and we have another key in our agenda in our schedule at the end of the day, 4 to 6. If we have two slots here, one in the morning, one in the PM in our schedule, make sure one of those slots gets done, right? It's real estate and things happen, I understand. But we like to have two prospecting follow-up sessions in the schedule most days. Just make sure one of them gets done. If two of them get done, we have 3 to 4 hours of prospecting a day. Hallelujah, we're doing something right. All right, well, that is it. That is 20 slides. I appreciate you and am looking forward to any and all of your questions. Let's rock and roll.